We're done with Week 18, done with the regular season. We got NFL playoffs kicking off. How y'all boys doing?
Oh, it was a good week this last week. A lot of great games.
Don't lie to us.
No, a lot of great games, we're going to be honest. I was surprised with a lot of the outcomes. Packers made it. Steelers made it. Miami 6th seed. Rams in there. Eagles 5th seed.
Y'all Don, how you feeling?
You know, I think I've never wanted a season to be over more quickly than this one, just because it's just been such a heartbreaking season, I feel like, as an Eagles fan. But, there's still hope. It is the playoffs. Everyone is 0-0. And, you still got to have a little bit of faith. But after this week, I'm hurting.
We're going to get into it. We got possible Rookie of the Year showing out, making clutch plays. C.J. Stroud beating the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts were a pass away from possibly tying or
winning the game.
Yeah, winning the game. Gardner Minshew could have threw a better ball, but the receiver could have also caught it.
Yeah.
Honestly, a fitting way for a season to end for the team such as the Colts. But obviously, yeah, C.J. Stroud, he probably – with that performance, you think he's sold a Rookie of the Year?
Oh, yeah, he's 100% Rookie of the Year, I would say, at this point. He really clicked off this game. He went well. Him and Nico Collins, honestly, had perfect synergy all game long. It seemed like Nico Collins himself got almost 200 of his 264 yards. C.J. Stroud looked great for a rookie. I'm excited to see what he's going to do in the playoffs. They play the Browns week 1, which will definitely be I see the Browns going pretty far in the playoffs, so I'm not sure the Texans are going to win this game.
Hold your predictions. We'll get into that just a little later. But yeah, Don, what's your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, C.J. Stroud definitely made some plays there. I think he definitely solidified his Rookie of the Year campaign, even though he missed a few games. The games he did play, and then he played great. He led this team to the playoffs. Team that was, they're definitely 2 or 3 years ahead of schedule already. D'Amico Ryan's potential Coach of the Year as well. Overall, I think C.J. Stroud played a pretty solid game, had a great season, and I believe he did lock in Rookie of the Year. Kind of a heartbreaker for Indianapolis. They definitely had a chance to at least win the game there at the end. Drop passes, but you can't just pin it all on that one play. Houston outplayed them altogether, and I'm happy to see C.J. Stroud doing his thing out there.
Yeah, Colts just couldn't get anything done in the red zone. They had the ball longer, they had more time of possession. Texans were just more efficient with the football this game, and that showed out in the score. Of course, like Jeremiah said, if he would have caught that ball at the very end, I'm not even sure I put that on Gardner Minshew. Yeah, sure, you could have put it maybe a foot up to the left. But besides that, no one was on him within 5 yards.
He was wide open.
Yeah,
he hit him right in the chest.
All he had to do was make the catch and turn. And he turned too quick, dropped the ball, cost him the season. So, Singletary as well. He's showing up too for the Texans. He's been playing incredible.
Resurgence.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And also, where's Damian Pierce? Is he hurt or what are we doing? Because he was literally one of the top rookies last year, right?
Yeah.
And now he's just not being used. But, I don't know. Next up, we got what's that? Well, I'm still in here, right? Oh well. Until I get back on the screen, we got Pittsburgh winning over the Ravens. Steelers in the playoffs.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it was expected this week just because Ravens put in all their secondaries. Steelers had the ball most of the game. It felt like. It really wasn't even a dominating win, if we're to be honest, over the the Ravens secondary. I don't think the Steelers are going to be able to do anything in the playoffs. Mason Rudolph didn't really play terrible by any means. He was 18 for 20. Didn't really only threw 152 yards though. Their third down conversion rate sucks. If we're being honest, they're 6-15 this last game. I think they're the bottom 5 in the league for third down conversions. They've never been good at that this past season. I think that's going to cost them pretty deadly.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want the Steelers in the playoffs, right? I mean, it's impressive. Tomlin, got a streak going on. Obviously, keep them, but yeah, I don't really like the Steelers in the playoffs. I wish they would have lost out. Right? They would have had more motivation to get Russ in the offseason and get Russell Wilson on that Steelers team. You get a healthy defense. You get healthy TJ, Porter, all of them boys, and you get the George Pickens and the who's the running back? Warren, Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren. Yeah, you get that healthy squad with a Russell Wilson. I think you get a better chance next year. That's why obviously you win going to next season. Kenny Pickett's probably still not the answer. Rudolph not the answer. So you're gonna go find a quarterback. But what y'all thoughts on it?
Yeah, even so, they need an offensive line as well because really their running game is not effective at all on it. Their running game really hasn't been effective all year either. Warren, I would say, is one of the better running back prospects. I mean, he really hasn't been able to prove himself just really because of the Steelers line. But I thought he was going to be one of the up and comings. It's with the way that this team is structured right now, it's not going to happen. So yeah, I hope, like you said, that you make some pretty big changes in the offseason. Yeah, quarterback's got to go. There's no way Mason Rudolph or Pickett can take them anywhere. Najee Harris is a star. Johnson is a star. Warren will be a star as soon as they get some pieces around him. But yeah,
I just feel like the Steelers are a team that can beat you if you get caught slipping. Well, they just don't really have any real hope.
Yeah, exactly.
But what do you think?
Yeah, I think that, like you said, they are a team that you can probably, if you start slipping, it's not really a team you want to just kind of play around with just because they are a really great coach team. They have some talent, across the board, quarterback position's kind of iffy. Mason Rudolph's played somewhat, good enough to win games at least. He's playing better than Pickett was. I mean, I was watching honestly, it's just the whole idea of just getting the ball to your star players, something that we criticize the Falcons for doing all year. At least, Pittsburgh's starting to pick up and get the ball to Pickett, get the ball to Johnson, get the ball to Warren. Stop trying to feed Najee Harris. Najee Harris has been absolute dog water this year. So I think they just need to continue to feed their playmakers this year. And I think that it's good to get some playoff experience. I don't think Mason Rudolph is the answer at quarterback there, like you were saying. Russell Wilson may be an option, but I do think it's nice for them to get the playoff experience with what they have. It sucks TJ Watt's not going to play, but outside of that, I'm happy the Steelers got in. It's nice. It's just it's just one of those teams that's just historic. They belong in the playoffs, kind of like Green Bay. It's same kind of situation there.
Let's talk about why the Steelers got in. Jacksonville, Mr. Tony Khan's team, choking. T-Law, choking. Defense, choking. The whole season, choked. They were 8-3. Was it 8-3?
8-3. Got their ass kicked by the 49ers. They got broken.
8-3, yep. T-Law, you can just kind of mark that up to injuries, but he also just wasn't really playing that well. You could see the sparks of flaws throughout the season. That defense, it has some sparks. Josh Allen had a great season. But yeah, Jacksonville, I don't think anyone just put stock into Jacksonville unless maybe before the season you maybe had them favorites. But yeah, it's a fitting end to the season. I don't really know where you go. I wouldn't say you fired Dougie P after that.
Yeah, he's already cleaning the house. Defensive coordinator was just fired 2 hours ago.
Well, there's that. I think you keep Dougie P. You kind of just readjust it, get some new coordinators in. If it doesn't work next year, you start looking at, okay, is the head honcho not doing the job? But as of right now, you just build on the foundation that you had a decent season. You just kind of collapsed towards the end. If we're being honest, Jacksonville really had the same final stretch as the Eagles, besides the Eagles winning against the Bills. it just collapsed and could not win a game for the life of them. But yeah, what y'all got on Jacksonville?
Yeah, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he played terribly this week in the game that really mattered for them. I mean, don't get me wrong, they played poorly the past month and a half, 2 months, as you were saying. But, I mean, this week it really mattered most. And he had those 2 picks, which really cost him. He had that too far of a pass to Calvin Ridley, which cost him as well. That would have been an easy touchdown. But impressively, surprisingly, who's that other Titans running back that they have behind Derrick Henry? Tyjae Spears. Tyjae Spears came out and actually showed out for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's given some hope behind that Titans running game. I'm really not sure why the Titans let go of their head coach. I mean, don't get me wrong, the past few years was down, but I mean, they really didn't have any superstars on the team besides Derrick Henry to begin with.
I just think they fired Vrabel because they had the up like 2 seasons where they were literally like AFC favorites, right?
Yeah.
They had the team. They definitely had a team. They had D-Hop, they had Brown, they had come on, they had a team, and Vrabel's a good coach, still a good coach. Anybody would be lucky to have him.
Yeah.
But I just think it was because like you had those peak years, you couldn't get back to it. And I think that's what. But to some people, those really weren't peak years. Those were really kind of like lucky years. So I mean, it just depends on how you looked at the hourglass.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looked like Jacksonville. Honestly, I would say Jacksonville was a little bit more dominant. They just couldn't, like it was the story again with the Colts, they just couldn't convert in that red zone. They were 1 for 3 in the red zone, whereas the Titans were 3 for 3. They could not stop the running game at all, allowed almost 200 yards, and that was the big cost right there, if we're going to be honest, because they only allowed about 150 yards passing. So they held Tannehill down pretty well, which is what needed to happen with D-Hop on the outside. I mean, D-Hop had 40 yards, which just hold D-Hop to 40 yards is incredible. So they had the outside secured. They could not stop Derrick Henry or Spears by any means, and that's really what cost them the game.
Derrick Henry's last game too. Where y'all think he landed?
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay. Curtis.
It'd be nice to see him on Buffalo.
But even with Cook, how he's been playing?
Yeah, I mean, Cook's not.
Cook put up 200 yards like 2 games in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's been like the only reason they've been winning games since like week 10. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Josh Allen's playing pretty good. Come on now, Jerry.
I mean, he makes.
They implement a running game, which
That's
they
true.
never have, and
That's
they're
true.
winning games, and they
That's
just
true.
got the 2 seed.
Hey, I say Josh Allen playing good too. He balling.
I'm saying Josh Allen is balling, but that running game being there is the reason he's balling. I'm just saying, with Cook there, I don't think you just need to add like pay that money to a superstar like that. I say maybe draft another one and have him come behind Cook or something like that.
You mean y'all think there's someone that's willing to pay Derrick Henry at this point in his career?
It just depends on what you're trying to pay him. Like, how much money did Taylor get? Was it like 14 mil, 15 mil?
Yeah.
How much longer is Jefferson's contract?
How much? Who?
Jefferson's?
Justin?
Yep.
He ain't signed it yet. That's probably gonna be like the record-breaking summer news.
Yeah.
That's the hottest free agent this year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say Derrick Henry to the. Derrick Henry to the Vikings.
I think. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna sign with. He might just stick down south though. He's Alabama raised. He's probably gonna stick. Atlanta's not a fit, but maybe the Saints, maybe Tampa, maybe somewhere down south like that.
It's hard because Rashad White is like a younger.
Houston.
But I'm like, bro, you have Pierce. I'm like, where is Pierce at?
What about the Bengals?
Mixon.
Nixon's, it's about past this time. For
Chiefs.
But he's still playing good.
And not really. I mean, Bengals have the second lowest yards per run game this season.
Well, look at their offensive line. They can't even protect the quarterback. You think they're about to get rushing yards?
That's honestly it's an interesting debate there for Derrick Henry because I don't know. Because he's going to want to go to a contender, but I just don't know what contender's going to be willing to pay him.
And he's still got some legs on him. He's probably not the king like he was, but he's still got some good legs.
Hey, look at
He's
these.
stocky ass boy, too.
Yeah. But that's a conversation for later. Going to your boy Baker, winning over Carolina, easy game. They look terrible. I mean, they look
I was gonna say,
shitty.
it wasn't my boy this week.
They look absolutely shitty, giving the Eagles some hope. But yeah, I'm just glad you started off.
Oh man, I mean the past 3 weeks have been terrible for the Buccaneers, especially for Baker Mayfield. I mean they look great with those 2 weeks where I thought, oh wow, these fuckers could actually make championships. I mean they might actually win the AFC, but now it's not looking like that. I mean, sorry, the NFC, but right now it's not like that by any means. They're barely able to make any passing completions. Baker's looking terrible, making mistake after mistake. Luckily, he didn't throw any interceptions this week, surprisingly. I'm going to put that on Panthers. Honestly, they dropped like 3 of his passes. They can't get any running game going, and Rachaad White has 75 yards, but like you said, their O-line isn't all there anyways.
But if you look, Rachaad White's most of the yards the last couple of weeks came on the screen passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, they really ain't had that big of a running game.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm not right now with the Buccaneers looking. I mean, the Eagles are going to get a free week 1, even though the Eagles have been playing how they've been playing. I mean, Buccaneers defense has not really performed either. I'm not going to say you allowing Carolina 0 points is anything exceptional. Carolina played terrible as well. But the Buccaneers, I'm not sure that anything is going to happen later on with them. I think they're going to be out this year pretty quickly. Baker, I'm not sure is a long-term option. I know they're talking about, didn't they just extend his contract? They're talking about extending his contract for 4 years or something like that.
Yeah, he's playing for an extension in this game. I feel like.
I think they would definitely be smart to wait till after the season.
Yeah, I'm not sure that any extension's coming as of right now. I mean,
I think he'll probably get a 2-year. He'll probably get a 2-year on a
on the
budget.
Bucks,
Yes. Because first off, I mean, what quarterbacks are in the market? What pick do they have? You gotta put all those.
I mean, with the amount of quarterbacks that are coming to the draft this next year,
But what pick do they have?
yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter. There's 15 quarterbacks in round 1, I think, that's in the mock-up.
Yeah, but do
We
you
wanna
want to
draft- I wanna draft
take
this
one
later.
of the second-tier quarterbacks?
Yeah.
When you can also get there's a bunch of really good skill players in this draft.
It's a
but
deep
I'm-
draft. It's a good one.
Yeah,
the first round's gonna be just
I don't see
loaded.
Mayfield carrying a franchise anywhere. He's too unreliable,
Yeah.
and you can't have an unreliable head of your team.
I'm not saying he can carry the franchise. I'm just saying he's a good option till you get back on your feet. And the
Yeah.
Bucks aren't going anywhere deep soon. Just take a year or two, rebuild, let Baker take the helm, and then when you're ready, get that next quarterback in the spot.
Yeah.
Or at least maybe put him on a 1 year and get the draft next year. But I don't know.
See, but that's the thing is I feel like the Buccaneers really do have most of the main pieces. I mean, they have their wideouts.
But they have the most of the main pieces from the Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
They got all aging pieces: Shaq Barrett, Devin White,
Mike Evans is
Chris
one.
Godwin. Those are aging pieces,
Yeah.
right?
They're still effective aging pieces right now. I mean,
And Mike
still
Evans might
efficient.
not be there, right?
Yeah.
You lose Mike Evans, that's a big.
That's a big deal, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Evans. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Mike Evans is a fan of Baker Mayfield anyway. And I would not be either if I was Mike Evans. I think the Buccaneers' best chance this next season is getting a new quarterback and just trying to rebuild around that. Because, I mean, their defense all around is decently solid. I mean, they could get far in the playoffs just with their defense. I would say their only unreliable piece right now really is Baker Mayfield. I mean, we just said Rachaad White's not terrible. I mean, the running game's not there by any means. But, I mean, you have a solid – they can get it done. I mean, you still got 75 yards.
too, but that's
Yeah, I'm not sure that – I think as of right now, the Buccaneers' main piece should get a new head of that at the quarterback. And after that, we'll work around that. I think even next year, Mike Evans, Godwin, all of them still stay 1 more year. And then maybe they age out 2 or 3 years. I mean, next year.
Mike Evans is gone.
Yeah, he's not signing no 1 year. No.
Mike Evans is going to Chicago.
Chicago. They just pay DJ. Now, Mike Evans and DJ would be nasty.
Yeah.
They would be colder than the Philly duo for sure. But,
Well, there's talks right now that they're thinking about restarting Justin Fields, getting him out.
Ain't nobody.
Right now, there's more favor with the Bears getting rid of Justin Fields and getting that quarterback respect.
yeah, they don't want to pay him. That's literally the only option that they don't want to pay him.
It's crazy. Tragedy.
Free Justin. I mean, he did say at the end of the conference that this is my last ride. I appreciate y'all. So I mean, he already kind of accepted it. But
Could Justin fit in at the Buccaneers' current offense? Think about that for a second. Because he's a young quarterback that he definitely still has more to prove, but he needs better pocket presence. He's not very reliable in the pocket, and he really can't take pressure.
I would almost argue him being able to escape the pocket opens up that offense even more. If they keep Mike Evans.
They
don't keep Evans, that's just
I think they only keep Evans if they get a different quarterback, is what I'm saying. I think the only way that the Buccaneers stand a chance of keeping Mike Evans right now is having a different quarterback.
Not true, because you take Justin Fields, you got to pay him the $200 million. Mike Evans is going to take another 20-ish.
You think Justin Fields is worth $200 million?
That's the quarterback going rate. There ain't no if he's worth it. That's the going rate. He might get maybe $150 minimum. That's still going to tax you out. That's the going rate for quarterbacks. It's about 30 to 40 million currently. 30 to 40 a year. There is no less than that if you're a starting QB.
Yeah.
But I don't even know about the plus. I'm gonna say I really like Atlanta, honestly. Him going back home. Yeah.
See, I'm pretty sure Atlanta's getting a different quarterback as well as what they were saying in the draft. I'm pretty sure they said they were getting a first round quarterback as well.
Someone pull the draft for me. What's the topic?
Like the Falcons.
Because I kind of want to predict this, right? Because we know, say Chicago drafts Caleb. I think their second pick is the 11th. Marvin's not going to be there, but maybe Romeo Odunze from Washington.
Or that kid from Texas, Worthy?
Worthy, Xavier Worthy.
What's the?
So Bears get first, Commanders second, Patriots third, Cardinals fourth, Chargers fifth, Giants sixth, Titans seventh, Falcons eighth.
Falcons at 8?
Yep.
You'd already know Commanders going quarterback.
Falcons at 8. That could be Jaden McDaniels. Washington might get Drake May.
Washington's going to get. What do you think? Caleb goes to Chicago?
If that's what they're talking about, yeah. Seems like that. And then Chicago might get another first rounder out of the field. Maybe. Depending on how desperate the team is. He's an experienced veteran. Now, it might be a group of second round picks. Even then, that's still going to do good.
They still got the 9th pick, too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ain't going to get Martin Harrison Jr., but.
That's my prediction. I'm saying.
But, Cardinals are going to go quarterback, too, probably.
Nah, I think Cardinals stay with Kyler.
You think so?
I think so.
Think Giants say Daniel Jones?
I think so. Wait, Giants?
Giants are 3.
Fuck, not the Giants. Damn, the Giants drafted QB. They need a lot.
They got Daniel Jones, though. I don't know if they're going to.
I think they keep Daniel Jones.
Think so?
I think you have to keep Daniel just because of the.
They need a wide receiver. They might get Martin Harrison Jr. But they need everything.
Yeah, Giants are just.
Saquon Barkley is supposed to sign away.
Yeah.
Sign what?
He's going to be a free agent, and they're predicting that he's not
I
signing
do
the
remember
Giants.
that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
So they're thinking that Giants are going to grab either a running back or defensive tackle.
Ain't no way Giants are going to running back.
Hell,
Ain't
not
no
this
way.
early. Running backs go second round for sure.
There's no way they pick a running back and let go Saquon.
But let's go on to the next game. New Orleans, Atlanta, not really a big game. Just
Hey, James
James.
Winston.
Yo, you think he was in the wrong?
No, if it's a team thing, it was something they all decided as a group. He's the one that's taking most of the heat for it since he's
I think
up.
it's even better because it was a rivalry game. I'm like, it's a rivalry game.
Yeah, why? I'm saying it's really better.
If the Eagles did that to Cowboys, I'd be jumping up and down.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
But that was important. What was it? Cleveland, who they had? The Bengals?
Yeah.
But they didn't play the starters, right?
Nope. That's all the backups.
So they go either what? Eagles, Giants.
Eagles, Giants. So got Bears, Packers as well.
Don, what you got on the game, man?
Bears Giants or the Eagles Giants?
Yeah.
I just think it was an overall situation where I don't think we really wanted to be there.
Yeah, I think we were just kind of like watching the Cowboys game, like maybe.
Yeah, I think we were already headed in the clouds. Obviously AJ Brown getting hurt at the beginning of the game was not helpful. I think AJ Brown right now is the spirit of the team. He is our voice of the whole team at the moment. Him and probably Brandon Graham.
I'm not
So
gonna lie, Slay too.
Slay.
As soon as Slay steps back on the field, the confidence is gonna go.
So Slay back on the field this weekend. But I mean, overall, I don't want to talk a bunch about the game. It wasn't a very good game. Jalen Hurts just. I think the biggest issue from this takeaway from this game is Giants blitz damn near every play, and we had no.
That's the issue. The last 3
we don't
weeks,
have any.
Any Jalen Hurts blitz, you see him fucking deer in headlights. Bro.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's a Jalen Hurts thing or if it's a play call thing because all we do is run.
I think it's both.
Four verticals.
When he goes when they blitz him and he goes to the left, he ain't got no option.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether he runs or tries to throw. When he goes to the left, it's a wrap. I pretty much just said play it over, and that's an issue. That's got to be fixed because the Bucks blitz third most in the league or fourth most, something like that. Yeah, I mean Jalen we got to figure it out. We still got until Monday. We got an extra day, but then we got to turn around and we'll probably play Sunday to the 49ers. But let's stay on the Bucks right now.
Yeah, so stay on the Bucks.
What you got on?
Yeah, I mean, Eagles right now, it's hard to say anything positive about the Eagles, to be honest, which is crazy with the way the first half of the season went.
The only team to start, 10-1 and not get the 12 points.
Yeah.
Historic collapse.
AJ Brown, it's looking like he's not going to be able to play at least a couple weeks.
That's a lot. He walked back on the field. It was probably a good twist, maybe a little sprain. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
He's not missing the playoff game.
I hope so for y'all's sake.
Smitty will be okay. Jalen, I don't know about that finger. He did come back in after it, but it's going to swell up after the game. I don't know the status on that.
I think Jalen should be fine, given that he is, a week and a half? I got about a week and a half. We'll see how this. I don't know. It's just been such an upset with the Eagles. I'm gonna be honest. On paper, they look phenomenal, and then every week for the past 6 weeks, it's just been you have no idea what's gonna happen. The unpredictability. You're at the casino every single time the past few weeks with the Eagles, and it's insane. So we'll see what was the favorite to win the Super Bowl is now the 5th seed. Yeah, is now the 5th seed.
But it's hard to repeat. So it's only really an upset to Eagles fans and to, some of the top NFC people, people who thought the 49ers should have beat the Eagles, right? Those are the only people that are really worried about the Eagles right now because it's hard to repeat. Going back to the Super Bowl, unless you're Patrick Mahomes, going back to the Super Bowl back-to-back just ain't really a moment. So, if we do go back to the Super Bowl or even the NFC Conference Championship, it's another achievement. Whether you want to admit it or not. But for Eagles fans, we want the ring. We lost it last year. We won it again. We still got the talent. It's time to sew it up, get back in the film room, and lock in. If Sirianni said with 0-0, it's time to go on a run, then I agree.
Yeah.
But I do think he needs to change some shit up. Maybe go back to Sean Desai. Matt Patricia is abysmal. I don't want to sit there and beat it. Whole ass fat something. I'm just like, well, why we go to Matt Patricia? Dude blew the fucking line up. Oh well. What's the next game on the slate?
Bears, Packers. Packers squeeze.
Freaking, you know what? Let's go into the Bears real quick. Bears have a bright future. This is like a standalone game because even though Packers win, we know that the Bears have a bright future. The Bears are good in the playoff next year. I'm going to just mark that for the show. Bears will be in the playoff next year.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
With a rookie quarterback?
Oh, yeah. They got a team. Montez Sweat over there. The linebackers. You get a couple more solid pieces. And they got some capital, too. Let's not forget. So I think the Bears make some moves in the offseason.
Maybe Derrick Henry ends up there.
Khalil Herbert is really good.
But that's just Derrick Henry, a Chicago Bears kind
of
player.
It's just hard to pin Derrick Henry because I'm trying to figure the price tag he's going to ask for. You know what I mean? But yeah, going to the Packers, Jordan Love was playing really well. I Obviously, they got a bright future going into Dallas. It's going to be tough to beat them, but Jordan Love has the opportunity to do the funniest shit ever, ruin their hopes again. Do I think he can do it? Yes. Am I going to bet on it? Absolutely not. It's AT&T Stadium. I'm going to put respect on the Cowboys. They've been playing well. They're hot. They showed it against the Commanders. Give it to Dak. Give it to CD. CD is also on a freaking tear right now. Right now I got the Cowboys winning over the Packers, but I would love to see the Packers absolutely demolish them. Make my day. What y'all thoughts on it?
Yeah, the Packers last week looked incredible, especially Jordan Love. Every single pass, it seemed like it was almost a dime every single time. I would say nearly a perfect game besides that one little fumble that he had, but even so, it's not like it even went anywhere. I'm pretty sure they recovered back anyways. He played incredible. Aaron Jones played incredible as well. He's fully healthy now, which is deadly. They got Reed out there. He got over 100 yards as well. As long as Jordan Love plays the incredible accuracy that he's been playing at right now, I think they do stand a great chance against Cowboys. I think the problem with this week compared to next week is that the Bears did not give any pressure at all towards Jordan Love. And I think the Cowboys are much better at just hammering in through that line, and he will not have nearly as much time for the ball to be in his hands. And so I think it's going to be a real test for him next week, and that's going to be the big difference. Whenever he has time, it's clear he's deadly. The Cowboys, I don't think, are going to give him that time, so we'll see how the game goes next week.
I just want to mention before the talking get started that in the past couple of weeks, besides the past couple of weeks, Cowboys have not faced a scrambling quarterback, right? When Jalen faced him, remember how many times in that first week, the first matchup, how many times he scrambled outside the pocket and made plays. Jordan Love probably has better accuracy than Hurts right now. You let Jordan Love get outside that pocket and make some splash plays, that's going to kill the Dallas defense. I think personally it's hard for Dallas to come from behind. I don't know if Mike McCarthy is just capable of that, but I don't also know if the Packers are capable of holding the lead. So, I don't know what you got.
Yeah, I think Jordan Love played his best game of the season there against Chicago. He probably made that third down throw. I don't know if y'all seen that, like third in the fourth quarter. That roll out to his right. That was probably his best completion of the entire year. Probably the biggest on him moment of the season for him. On that track, the Green Bay is pretty hot right now. They've won 6 out of their last 8. They've beaten the Chiefs. They've beaten the Lions. They've beaten the Vikings. They've won some good games. They've beaten the Rams. I do think that there's no reason why I wouldn't think Green Bay could go in and beat Dallas. I think as of right now, I think Green Bay looks like a pretty damn good team at this point in their trajectory. Jordan Love's played great. On the Bears side of this, obviously you're talking about Bears potentially a playoff team next year, depending on what they do with the quarterback position. But all in all, I'm proud of Green Bay for what they've done this year. They weren't expected to be this good, and I'm extremely excited for this playoff game.
Well, they're not favored to be second in the division at least? Just because the defense was rated high at the beginning of the season.
That's true. I just didn't. I thought I know they had the Vikings and the Lions fight for the division.
That makes sense. I just thought they had I think they had over 9 or 10 wins. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's next? Is it Buffalo?
Buffalo Dolphins?
Yup. Freaking Tua choking up again. Tyree getting hurt twice, dropping a ball. We can get into Tyreek Hill real quick. I think somebody, was it Shannon or something, saying that he didn't have great hands, he's a good body catcher.
Yeah.
Which I didn't really even understand that at first until I just keep watching it more and more this year. He literally does not have the best hands. He fumbles a lot of balls, he's lucky, but Tua's accuracy makes up for that when he hits him right in the chest, Tua also makes some mistakes. The Dolphins also beat up injury-wise. There were some Tudor edge rushers, a cornerback.
Limping into the playoffs.
2 or 3 offensive linemen, a backup center. I don't know. They're just all over the place. Literally limping. I don't really have the Dolphins winning the games. Actually, we'll get a prediction. But the Buffalo, Josh Allen, James Cook, that defense. Honestly, Josh Allen throwing 2 interceptions and still pulling the game out literally capitalized the season.
Yeah.
Like they played terrible, they still got some wins out.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're the same season. I mean, give them props. I would honestly say they're also looking into the playoffs, right? They probably got high confidence, but let's be realistic. I mean, would you bet on them against most of these teams? Bet on them against the Ravens? I wouldn't.
Who, the Dolphins?
Or the Bills. I'm not betting on them against the Chiefs. I probably would say that's a throw-up, literally 50-50 compared to what they both been playing on the season.
Really?
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
boy.
I don't
Here's
see
the
that.
debate.
I think the Bills have more favors than the Chiefs. I'm going to be honest. I think as long as
Bills
Josh
are more
Allen,
favored than the Chiefs?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
so.
we'll get into it, but go ahead.
Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, after
I don't know about you.
Josh Allen made a couple
What do you
mistakes
think?
this first quarter this last week. Those were the 2 interceptions. He got out his bad plays early, which is good for the Bills because they needed the momentum going on in the game, and they definitely had that. That first touchdown that they got, which bounced right off that lineman's, I don't even know if it was his back or the back of his helmet, and he got that tiptoe catch over.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just sparked the lighter that they needed to get it going. Plus, they had that kickoff return for 99 yards, franchise record, which, I mean, basically sealed the deal. The Dolphins look not very efficient at all. I mean, they had so many 3-and-outs. Let me see how many times they punted it this last week. They had 5 punts compared to the Bills' 1 punt. They were 4 and 10 on third down conversions. They only had the ball for 21 minutes compared to the Bills' 38 minutes. I mean, especially in the second half, it was a shutdown. The Bills completely locked down Tua. Whenever they got the ball back, they had a pretty good. I mean, it felt like they had 2 12-minute drives in the second half. I mean, they had the ball for. It seemed like most of the second half, the entire game. Josh Allen, like I said, was getting some dimes in there after those first 2 interception mistakes. He had that fumble, which was stolen away from him. I'm not even going to fault him on that because they just had a beat up O-line. He just got ran over and he just came and took it away Josh Allen. So I'm not going to put that on Josh Allen by any means. The Bills this week look great. I think that they have a strong chance they're going to beat Steelers. And then, like you said, against the Chiefs. We'll talk about that later, but I'm thinking Bills over the Chiefs.
Just a reminder, Miami has only beaten one team over 500 all of 2023.
And that's road Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was though.
It
Yeah,
was Dallas and it's road Dallas, so I don't know if you count them.
it's still a good win, but you could also fault that to just Cowboys woes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's most of the games, right? All right, let's pull up the games. Let's get back into this debate. I want to get into this Bills shit you were talking about.
We'll go straight to it because I'm.
All right. Ready for first
All right, so
game?
Here we go.
we're all gonna go through it, write our prediction down as we say it, and then we'll talk about it right after. So, Curtis, you just go off, go through every game, say your predictions, write them down.
All right. First game got Browns, Texans. I'm going Browns 100%. I think Browns defense has proven themselves. I think Joe Flacco off the couch has been one of the top 10 quarterbacks this season. Other teams are definitely going to start picking up that precedent of just, hey, is Peyton Manning still okay? Shit. Okay, well, what about Drew Brees? Drew Brees still good? Shit. Okay, what about? I mean, something's got to happen because quarterbacks this season have sucked. That's what's been affecting most teams this season is the quarterbacks have sucked. And Browns found a dude that's fucking off the couch and have been putting them up numbers. I think Browns are going to do great this next week against the Texans. Don't get me wrong, young rookie of the year, CJ Stroud has been playing great as well. Texas defense has been solid as well, but I think just the experienced Browns team is ready to come out and just stomp on the Texans this next week.
Get to the next one, but I'm saying you go through your prediction and we'll go after the thoughts. We're gonna say the predictions each, all three of us, and then we'll go to the thoughts.
All right.
So Browns, Texans, then you go.
For Browns Texans?
Yeah, which one?
Give me Houston.
Okay, and I'll go Houston. And then what's the next one?
We got Dolphins Chiefs next. I got the Chiefs taking that one.
You know, the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Okay.
Then we got next week, we got Steelers Bills. I think Bills solidify that pretty easily. Steelers have made it.
Bills.
Next week we got Packers Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. It's not at. It's not at. Oh yeah, it is at Cowboys. It is at home.
Yep.
They got home field advantage this week, don't they? Cowboys at home are a different breed. I think Cowboys only get it because they have the home game. I think if it was an away game, I think Packers take it. But I'm gonna take Cowboys to win.
Dog.
Give me Green Bay. I'm gonna take Green Bay in this one. I wanted to say Dallas. I want to say they'll do it, but I can't go back on what I said. Like week 6 or first week of this show, I said if Dallas has to play either Green Bay or San Francisco in the playoffs, they will not win. Those two franchises have a black flag over them, and I'm going to pick Green Bay in the wild card to upset Dallas 35-20.
Ooh, that's pretty solid.
You think they?
That's these kind of points for that young Packers offense. I like it though.
Okay, next up,
Next up, we got the Rams Lions.
I'm taking Matthew Stafford.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking Jared Goff only because the Rams did not believe in him and they traded him away. I think
It is
Jared
a
Goff
good
shows
game.
up.
Damn, that's a
To
good.
be honest.
That's a good
I think
point.
Jared Goff shows up this next week and says, "Hey, why the fuck did you trade me? Now you're not gonna do anything."
I think Matthew Stafford pulled a better move and outplayed him. But what you got, dog?
Fuck, that's a good one. This is the best game of the week. Give me LA. Give me LA.
Okay, next up,
And the final game of the week, we got Eagles Buccaneers.
Philly.
I mean,
Don't you sit there. Stop it.
they're
Stop
both. You're right now. We're at the roulette table, boy. You're asking me to put it on black or red. That's what you're doing right now. Is Baker gonna play well? We don't know. Is Eagles gonna play well? Probably fucking not. If we're gonna be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
shit. I'll take the Eagles just because of Baker's unpredictability.
You already know where I'm riding.
So, you have like a bracket, like if you put the like who played the next one. I just want to get a picture so that we can talk about it.
So if Bills beat the Steelers, is that what we all said? Bills are beating Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Then they would play the winner of Chiefs Dolphins.
Like, all right, so let's get into it. You said you think the Bills are favored over the Chiefs. Why is that?
I mean, really, the biggest issue was Josh Allen just making too many crucial mistakes. I mean, they figured out their running game, like you said, with James Cook. It's pretty fucking solid right now. He's been averaging, 150 yards the past 4 weeks? I mean, as long Josh Allen is a proven quarterback, and he always has been, as long as he doesn't make those crucial mistakes, hopefully he gets those crucial mistakes out in the first quarter like he did this last week, and then he just comes out to play. Because, I mean, if all the pieces sink in the Bills, they have one of the most dominant offenses in the league. They will have the ball for 10 minutes, just running down the clock, and next thing you know, it's a 95-yard touchdown over 10 minutes, 18 plays or whatever, because they don't need the far balls. They're getting their 5, 6, 7 yards consistently.
Okay, but then let me ask. Josh Allen has weapons, right? Patrick Mahomes won with no weapons and won the Super Bowl. Pacheco, MVS, Tony, the same squad he got. Same squad. He won the Super Bowl. So you're going to sit here and tell me, on top of that, Patrick Mahomes is beating Josh Allen in the playoffs. Now, you can say that overtime game, or you can use the ball. It's the rules. It's football.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying, you're saying he's favored over it. I said Chiefs, Dolphins is a throw-up because Patrick Mahomes' ability to make plays with no players is greater than Josh Allen's ability to make plays with players.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think that Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback over Josh Allen, and I would take Patrick Mahomes over Josh Allen. But who else on the Chiefs team could you say is better than the Bills in comparison? I mean, I'd say James Cook
The
is better than every single
defense
Chiefs
entirely is
running back.
better than the Bills. The entire defense is better.
No,
all of them.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't
no.
know if we're saying
Hold on.
better defense. No, I'd say if anything, they're even. Maybe Bills even have a slight advantage. I don't think the Chiefs have a better defense over the Bills by any means, to be honest.
Are you kidding me?
We'll look up stats.
Yeah, pull up there. Yeah, cause nah. What I've been watching, yeah, Chiefs defense is better. Matter of fact, let me go position for you put L'Jarius Sneed on Stephon. Stephon has not been showing up the last couple of weeks. You put you put Chris Jones and who's the other rusher? Clark? No, not Clark, not on the team. Willie Gay? Something like that. But you put them two rushers on against the Bills O line, which has been sus at times. You put the linebackers.
Yeah,
Which Bills linebackers before
I got the
injury
numbers
were
right here, boy. I got the numbers right here.
And what is it?
This season, the Bills have the 4th best defense of any NFL team on
What's
both
Chiefs at?
passing yards and rushing yards.
What's Chiefs at?
The Chiefs on passing yards have allowed the 12th most. On rushing yards, they have allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're 10th. So the Chiefs have allowed 1,900 rushing yards this year. The Bills have allowed.
Those rushing yards came from the Oakland game towards the end of the season. That's the only reason they felt bad. The Oakland game, they were collapsing. So I'll give stat wise, I'll give it to the Bills. I'm talking line wise.
But we're talking. If you're saying that, I mean that means the defense has collapsed the second half of the season.
Exactly.
So we're saying that they're going into the playoffs.
Because the only reason the
they're not
Chiefs were
even
even winning
because
games
right now-
was because of that defense.
Patrick Mahomes too. I mean he's made.
That too, but like what kept them in the game? Like they was allowing maybe 14, 20 points on those wins. Hell, even on the Eagles game, I mean they only held us for 28 or something like that.
Yeah. As far as it comes to Bill, I feel like the Bills are the better team right now than Kansas City. I mean, I think who's the higher seed? The Bills are the 2 seed, so they would have to go play in Buffalo if they played each other. So I think that's also something you got to look at. Yeah.
And Buffalo weather is different than everywhere else now. Only Buffalo gets the Buffalo weather.
Yeah. You can't see
I
it.
beg to differ. KC gets like -2. It'd be the same shit.
Buffalo is -20.
It's still cold. Cold is cold. Once you hit a certain degree, cold is just cold.
They don't even have jackets in Buffalo.
They don't even
only
care.
wear shirts.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna just remember this. I'm picking if Bills win Steelers, they handle business. Chiefs over Bills.
All right. Well, then the next game would be Ravens against the Browns. I guess.
Oh, Ravens. Matter of fact, I've cleaned up. I'm off of the Browns side. Ravens would have to smack the Browns by like 14. Yep. What I'm doing.
So you got Houston beating the Browns, right? So it'd be CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I do have Houston.
It'd be Houston versus Baltimore.
I think they.
From what you would think. What would you think on that?
I should say the same.
Yeah, I think
Especially that defense against the rookie. Yeah. The line isn't even that great at times. And they don't have Tank Dell. They had Tank Dell and add an extra weapon to it against the somewhat battered defense on the.
I mean, you're looking at it this way. I mean, do you think that because you're kind of hot on the Chiefs right now? Do you think the Chiefs will beat Baltimore in Baltimore?
Baltimore, no.
I mean, that's
You
where
think
they have
the
to
Chiefs
play.
beat Baltimore at home? No, I mean hypothetically speaking, obviously it can't happen this year. But you think the Chiefs right now beat the Ravens at home?
No.
Oh, okay.
So Baltimore,
I'll just say this
unbeatable?
right now. Nobody's beating the Ravens in my book.
No one's beating the Ravens.
At home, no. Not even.
I can see that.
Browns did it this year, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Interesting. But AFC side's fun except for Pittsburgh being in there.
Yeah.
Now I see what y'all are talking about Pittsburgh being there. It's kind of boring.
We'll hop over to NFC. So are we saying? I guess Dalton has Green Bay beating Dallas. Who would we rather see? Dallas against Rams or Dallas against Lions?
Rams. Get a run back. I mean, I guess the Lions, you want the Lions just because of how it ended last time. It would be a hot story. But
That's basically a playoff game, to be honest.
Yeah, but I want to see the Rams. That's definitely.
You know how big it is though. If the Rams beat the Lions, as an Eagles fan, if the Rams beat the Lions, the Rams would have to play San Francisco in round 2. So we would get to play Dallas if they won, or we play Green Bay.
They'd be in Dallas.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you sure?
Yeah, it's because they're the 1 seed. So San Francisco is going to draw the lowest seed. So if the Rams win, they'll be the lowest seed, unless Green Bay wins.
I'm pretty sure they switched it up this year. I'm pretty sure San Fran plays the winner of Eagles Tampa Bay.
No, if Eagles, because
San Fran will drop the lowest seed,
yeah.
so
Eagles,
it could be the Eagles if they.
It could be, yeah, if we win and then the Rams win. No,
Yeah.
Rams are 6.
Yeah, so if the Rams win, that changes a lot
Yeah,
of shit.
like if we both win, it goes to the Rams.
But I mean, I don't know. Going to Dallas is just as bad as going to San Francisco if you're an Eagles fan. I mean,
I'd actually rather go to San Fran.
let the Rams take care of Dallas.
So who takes the NFC? Because once the Eagles get hot,
I think the 49ers. Honestly, I think the Super Bowl right now is the 2 number 1 seeds.
I think the bye week is gonna smack the 49ers.
Really?
See, I think the bye week's going to smack the Ravens just because Lamar didn't play against the Steelers, so he's not
No,
going
they're
to play.
taking them on a damn yacht, man.
But, well.
You know what happened to that Giants team?
Mm-hmm.
Lamar, don't get on the yacht. You think Lamar can win it unanimously again? If he does that, he'd be the first time to do it twice.
I think as of right now he is.
Yeah.
Unanimously.
Yeah, I think as of right now he is. I mean, who else could you give it to?
CMC.
McCaffrey.
I mean, I think,
When you say unanimously, every voter has to go take.
yeah, I think every single vote. I don't see why you wouldn't pick Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's
Because
the main reason of why the Ravens have been so.
There's going to be
dominant.
people that choose
Don't get
Dak,
me wrong.
too.
Their defense is solid.
There's definitely gonna be people to shoot that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I'm just thinking you gotta get every voter to say Lamar again. Every voter. And Lamar is only like he's not even top 5 in most passing stats and touchdown stats. So like unanimously, and definitely not a better season than that first MVP season, statistically. That's why I'm like,
He's a playmaker. He's the best playmaker in the league right now.
yeah, for sure.
He's the best extender of the league right now.
Oh, Lamar?
Yeah.
It's in terms of extending plays, Lamar than that.
Patrick Mahomes, too. Can't bring him down.
Not of the last couple of weeks. Last couple of weeks, Patrick's been a pocket merchant, which is great for him, really. You get Patrick Mahomes in the pocket, he keeps his career. But
So Baltimore is unanimous out of AFC, you believe?
I think so.
I think Buffalo is the team.
I'm just
to beat
like,
AFC
I
right
get the
now.
Buffalo hype, but Buffalo can be had, bro. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
we beat
It
them.
really just comes down to the Josh Allen mistakes, if we're being honest. Because you know Josh Allen's going to make those crucial mistakes. It's just how crucial they're going to be.
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to those.
Well, we got them written down. Y'all write them down.
Yep,
Prediction.
I got mine.
All right, we're gonna come back to this next week. Y'all check out the NBA stuff lately. John Moran out for the season.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I see
They were looking good so far.
Mhm.
With that.
Honestly, it's probably best because he was gone 25 games and they lost like 15 of them.
Mm-hmm.
He would have to do hella
I
work.
mean, they would have fight to play out
And
there.
they would clawed into it. Draymond talking about retiring. What's your thoughts on that? I think personally, you can't swerve left and right on the road when the road never changed.
Yeah.
Like this is you. This is what you've been doing.
Hmm.
Like you talking about you get suspended one time. And, oh, now it's too much,
Mm-hmm.
bro. You choke slammed him and you punched him. Nobody arms touched really but you. Now I get you were backing up or whatever, but I don't think you should sit there and I'm gonna retire and try to make yourself a story when you've been already. And then that's also selfish of the Warriors, right?
Yeah.
The Warriors Steph Curry's still in his prime. He still wants to win. I mean, unless you just do not love basketball anymore, which if you don't love basketball, don't get in the NBA, right? Like you just lost love for it.
Yeah.
I get it, right? Just then you retire, but Draymond still wants to play. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Which I got on.
I mean, right now, Warriors can still. I mean, they're one game away from getting that 8th seed, so it's that whole Western Conference is. It's going to be a battle for those.
I mean, they were in the
playoff
play-in battle last year. It'll be the same this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
It's more of a case of you play those role players and get the extra star power out of there, or you just kind of stick with the veterans and hope for the season.
I think they have some stars on their bench that need to, some upcoming stars that need to start putting in. I mean, I don't think Wiggins has been playing nearly as well as he has in the past.
Oh, Wiggins has been terrible.
Yeah.
He only shows up in the playoffs and barely that.
Clay has been decently inconsistent as well. I mean, I think they're trying to still build that same. They're still trying to use the same core that they had to win the championships back to back, and they're still thinking that it's going to work today.
And they traded all their young core too. They got rid of
And it's clearly not working.
movement. I mean, you look at it. I mean, I don't know if you see. I don't know who the biggest disappointment in the West is between the Lakers, Suns, and the Warriors.
Suns are a disappointment because Suns haven't got the big three together long enough. It's literally just a curse for KD. Like, the big three has not played enough games for us to even know what the Suns really are. Right? Bobo's playing better, but I think the Suns, we're just putting them on the hold until we get some more games out of them. Clippers, though.
Clippers good.
Clippers are, yeah, Clippers are back, baby. This is the Ty Lue experience. Ty Lue got it done, got them working at unison. They all having fun. They all Cali boys. Clippers gonna win a championship, baby. I'm back on the train. I'm back on the train fully. Clippers. And then out of the East, I'm gonna go. They need to make a move before trade deadline, but now I'm gonna go Sixers. They need to add a piece though.
Man, I saw some shit about Boston trying to make another move. I'm like, what is Boston gonna? Like,
I'm gonna be honest.
How much more help do they need?
I don't think. This might be this is a hot take. JT is not the superstar you want on your team, right?
Yeah.
Or rather, JT and JB aren't the superstar duo you want on your team. However you want to shape it, right? We've seen him, right? JT will be hot, and then go like 4 for 24 and cost you the game.
Yeah.
JB will get hot and then miss in the fourth quarter, or will miss all game and be open in the fourth quarter, but the game's already over by the end. You know what I mean? Like, they're just not the duo that I favor. Now, they're good, don't get me wrong, but they're stars. I just don't think they're the superstar league that people think they are, me personally.
So you got the Philly duo over the other two duos in the East, the two big duos?
Philly, Tyrese Maxey is damn near a superstar.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he is cold. I've just been watching his tape, like him, personally, Tyrese Maxey is cold. For sure. Knicks making moves. I don't really think that adds anything. Them adding OG and trading RJ doesn't really matter to me.
Not sold in the Bucks yet, though. At all.
Dame's defense is so abysmal and not consistent offensively. That'll be. Maybe playoff they turn it up, but Chris Middleton also isn't the same.
Yeah.
Brook Lopez can't guard the paint by himself.
A lot of Asian talent there.
Yeah, but Brook Lopez is still.
Yeah.
He's elite. He's not like Hall of Fame caliber, but he's like that tier below.
Yeah.
Low key. Thunder, hot.
They've been hot. They're riding the wave right now.
Who was it? Timberwolves, right?
They've been hot too, yeah. Cleveland
is the end of it. That Donovan Mitchell is going to leave after this year. I believe so. Might be moved by the trade deadline.
I don't know. I hate talking about NBA because I was telling you the other night, fucking Denver, just crown them again.
Yeah, Jokic is so ridiculous at times. It's like he can take games off and they still will bust people out.
Yeah.
So. Like, if he wants to just grab 12, 10, and 20 assists, like, he can do that. Mike Malone, you got to give him props. He's a A-tier, S-tier elite coach. Right? 3 seasons in a row, he's probably going to get like 55 plus wins. Yes, Nuggets are just ridiculous. Anything else we need to add?
Nothing else.
And that closes the regular season night at the office. We'll be talking playoffs. We'll be talking heartbreaks. We'll be talking BS. We might come in here with ski masks and hoodies on after Monday's game. Who knows? This is the last in-person episode for a minute, right? I'll be back to Stewie. But it don't matter. We'll be talking top. We logging off.